if not more impactful than politics or law or any other pursuit or business. I like to say culture is undefeated.
Culture is undefeated. That's what Council President Marquise Harris Dawson says, and you know what? He's right. Culture is undefeated. But here's the problem. You don't get to celebrate the culture while ignoring the people who created it. And that's where this procrastination Crenshaw conversation gets real. As you know, the community sent a formal letter to Harris Dawson. We're still waiting for an official response from the city. The deadline is Friday, September 4th. But in the interim, Harris Dawson penned an open letter to the community. Okay, that's fine, but responding is not the same as answering. That said, let's not confuse fixing the parking, repairing the street lights, and repaving streets and sidewalks with finishing Destination Crenshaw. The community was promised a transformational project. So, where is it? When is this thing going to be finished? The council president says the project is being delivered on a timeline. What timeline? That's not an unreasonable question, and that's not an attack. It's not division. That is accountability. And then there's the business interruption money. So in his letter, Harris Dawson says that more than $1 million went to Doolin's on Crenshaw, and additional assistance went to a few other individuals. Oh, really? Who received the money? How much money? And who didn't? I can assure you a whole lot of folk didn't get that money. How do I know? I'm getting the phone calls. You see, transparency should not scare anybody. That's how accountability works, and that's why in our letter, we ask for an audit. But instead, what do we get? A discussion about Tavis Smiley, the pastor, the parishioners, the business owners, the people asking the questions, their motives, their ambitions, their character. Well, let me tell you something. When you can't answer the questions, attacking, insulting, and gaslighting the persons asking the questions doesn't make the questions disappear. It just makes people ask why you won't answer it. Let me be clear. We don't want to fight with the council president. We want the project finished because the people of Crenshaw are not on the sidelines, Mr. President. They are Crenshaw. And if culture really is undefeated, then respect the culture, respect the people, respect the businesses, and most importantly, respect the questions. Now, answer them. The Crenshaw Corridor community is still waiting, and September 4th is fast approaching. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Just talking louder and saying nothing and saying nothing.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
If you're a musician or you're an artist, there's always the ego inflation challenge that will come in. But on the spiritual path, it's particularly deadly. The whole thing of coming forward as a spiritual teacher or a guru, there's always the challenge to think that we're more evolved than we are, that our work is tremendously advanced, and we accept that appreciation and kudos from other people in such a way that it works on their naive expectation that if you have some development in some area, you're developed in all areas. No, you're not developed in any area other than the one that's being focused on. If we start making those improper claims to authority, we're representing ourselves as more advanced than we are. This will not only hinder our own development, it will change the spiritual beings that we're connecting with. We have to be aware that it's all a system of resonance. What we're connecting to spiritually will change as soon as we change that vibration. It's never given permanently.
Come on, who was that, Andy?
Dr. Robert Gilbert. Gosh. Yes, that clip was about spiritual narcissism. Oh, yeah. Any type of celebrity, any type of notoriety, any type of public adulation can cause a quote unquote spiritual relationship guru, whatever, for their cheese to slip right off the cracker. Yeah, it's addicting. Do you understand? Tonight's topic: follow no one for love. The love must be cultivated internally. I gave you the metaphor of the sun. You're a sun. Cultivate love from within. How do you do that? You break up with the identity that helped you survive your early childhood. But you break up with it through love. We just had a hashtag on TikTok. Somebody put the hashtag back up. The new healing is what? Somebody put the hashtag up so we can see. Again, people think love or people think healing is complicated. Oh, I got to go to therapy. Oh, therapist is expensive. Therapy is great. Go to therapy. Right? Go. And at the same time, balance yourself out. Not all therapists are good therapists. Ask yourself, are the wounds that I have that are unhealed picking my therapist? The same way your wound can pick a partner, they can pick a psychologist. Oops, they're not all good. Get Irv Yalom's book. He'll talk to you about how this older woman, right, went and got a therapist. She winds up having sex with the therapist, but he winds up being a homosexual man on the down low. Listen, go get the book. Irv Yalom's book. I'll pull up the title for you. But you think it just happens in relationships. Your unhealed wounds might be picking your pastor. Oh, you don't want to hear that. I know. Hey, did your unhealed wounds pick your preacher? Do you see? You're picking the familiar. You're not just picking men that remind you of your daddy. Or you're picking women that remind you of your mother. You're not just doing that. Do you understand? Listen, it's okay to have companions along your journey, your healing. It's okay to have companions. Those companions are mirrors. But a real guru, a real shaman, they actually exist, doesn't want anything from you. They don't need your adulation. They don't need your approval or appreciation. You ain't got to thank them and pat them on the back. They don't need none of that. That should be a telltale sign. The moment the person is, wasn't it I that opened it up for you? That's the person you need to, hey, did my wound choose you? Yeah. Anybody that's locked into self-aggrandizement, right? Self-elevation. Anybody that teaches their God, or they have access to God and you can only access it through them, that's a red flag. Right? And then, like I said before, who are the gods now? Who are the demigods, I should say? Social media, influencers. They have more influence over you than you have over your child. They have more influence over you and your decisions and your people than television used to. YouTube has taken over television. TikTok has taken over television. Do you understand? Tonight's topic: follow no one for love. You wouldn't have to if somebody told you to love the identity you had to become to survive home. That's how you dismantle it, with love. But along your journeys, nobody gave you, a manual for this stuff. Nobody gave me a manual for this stuff. And I learned, like most of you, through trial and error, through failure. But when you're unready, the unreadiness in the vessel, it will leave an opening. And so-called great partners, he looked good on paper, right? These figures step into that void, offering management. The management of me? You gonna bring clarity to me, and I'm the only me that exists currently? How can you be more clear about me than me? This leads me back to the great Krishnamurti and his famous speech in 1928 or 32, one of those. Truth is a pathless land. Well, the truth of you cannot be treaded upon by anybody outside of, oh, goodness. But when your vessel is unready, all types of figures step into that opening, offering management while speaking the language of insight. When the frequency already feels known, the vessel may accept the arrangement without detecting the substitution. Recognition occurs. Contact with the indicated material does not. In other words, the person feels right, but they're still not making direct contact with you. But you're chasing them like Anakin was chasing Senator Palpatine. Please give me the tools. I can never give you a tool that can only be cultivated from within you. I can only point and say, you do know the tool you're asking me for exists within you. Oh, does it? Yes, look inward. Look for it. Call it up out of your subconscious. The false seer remains useful. The vessel remains managed, right? Clean pointing stays rare. So what is clean pointing? See, a guru, the word itself, guru, the dispeller of darkness or heaviness, also has a tertiary meaning, which is pointer. The guru is pointing. That's all a shaman, a guru, a teacher, a spiritualist, a psychologist, a preacher, that's all a partner, that's all they can do is point. You remember that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't. Do you see? That's what a partner is for. I'm a roll with you, but I can't do it for you. And the very nature of relationship itself is self-revelations. You learning about you. But we so wounded, we worried about what they doing and how they gonna show up and how they fell off and how they're inconsistent and what I can blame them for. Do you see what I'm saying? We never keep that eye on us and say, this is why you attracted that kind of person. Because this is the frequency and vibration that you want to stay at. So yes, clean pointing. It's rare. People who can point you in the right direction, that don't want anything from you. They don't want self-aggrandizement for themselves. A genuine pointer aims at what only the person can reach and then withdraws without claim. I didn't heal you. That's why I gave you the verse from Christ. Woman, leave now. Be it as thy will. The scripture doesn't say he healed her child of leprosy or demons or whatever. The scripture doesn't say that. Because your faith is great, be it as thou wilt. Right? A genuine pointer aims at what only the person can reach and then withdraws without claim. When the vessel cannot yet tolerate the loss of external regulation, the same pointing tends to produce conflict, rejection, or rapid return to dependence. We are codependent on social media gurus, social media projected relationships. Follow no one for love. Follow no one for love. Cultivate it, right? Your readiness determines whether indication can land or whether it converts into further delay, right? I want you to find love. I'm tired of people finding a performance, right? Oh, I'm compatible with this performance. Or I'm compatible with this projection, right? Selecting a pointer who matches the current level of avoidance ranks among the more efficient of those detours. We will pick somebody, right, that matches our level of self-avoidance. It's scary. I got questions though. Can another person actually walk you into your own healing? Or is that a story we keep telling ourselves? Why do so many people still look for a partner, therapist, or preacher to fix that which only they can reach? If healing that comes from outside is temporary, why do we keep paying for it? What makes a stranger's voice feel more trustworthy than our own on the subject of our life? When did you first decide someone else knew more about your interior than you did? You cannot tell me people are not running around looking to offload their internal responsibility on another person. They want somebody to be the savior of them. But let me say it another way. They want somebody to save them from themselves. Follow no one for love. When we come forward, the voice of reason has just gotten started.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The KBLA 1580 app puts the realest conversations right in your pocket. Stream live wherever you are in the world. No static. No searching the dial. A crystal clear connection 24/7, exactly when you want it. We recommend that you keep automatic updates enabled. Set it and forget it. So the app stays up to date with store requirements, bug fixes, and new features as we roll them out. Download the KBLA 1580 app today and stay plugged into the conversation everyone's having.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Created with a share of the 1984 Olympic Games surplus, LA 84 began operations in 1985 as a grant-making and educational foundation. Today, the LA 84 Foundation supports hundreds of nonprofit youth sports organizations throughout Southern California annually, trains coaches, commissions research, convenes conferences, and maintains the world's premier Olympic and Sports Library Collection. They are transforming lives and communities through the power of youth sports. To find out about youth sports programs for yourself or your child, and to get information about the grants and support they offer to schools and nonprofits, or if you want to make a donation, please visit la84.org. That's la84.org. Or you can call them at 323-730-4600. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Just in case you missed our Procrastination Crenshaw Town Hall.
My name is Asata Umoja. I'm with the Hyde Park Organizational Partnership for Empowerment, which is at the southern end of Crenshaw. And this community has been greatly impacted. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we're most concerned about is just being totally neglected. And what I mean is being excluded from the process. When this project first started, they should have made sure that our organization, since we were most impacted, was in there. So we've been excluded, and we've seen commercial properties be taken for art projects. And we're very concerned about these are spaces that could help build economic growth and development in the community. And what this community needs more of is economic development, not art. I mean, I like art. It's a good thing. But they're putting the cart before the horse. Because without a solid economic foundation, what they are calling cultural tourism absolutely has no significance and no meaning. And this community is going under if we don't stop and do something to help build that economic foundation and support the businesses that are the tax base for this community to build the kind of services that we need. And the response from our leadership is totally inadequate.
Holding them accountable. We're KBLA, Talk 1580.
Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. This is my third album, third tour, third time's a charm.
Girl, when I go, baby, when I go, I wanna take you around the globe with me. I got dough. Plenty of paper you could blow with me. And maybe I know that money ain't everything, but it's for sure, for sure, for sure. And even nothing when you with me. When I go,
Follow my lead, baby, I could be all you need. If you follow my lead, follow my lead, I'll hold you down, put your trust in me. Baby, follow my lead, follow my lead, I think God made you for me. Follow my lead, I'm the one girl in time you'll see. If you follow my lead, don't listen to the rumors, they say 50 crazy. 50 don't know how to treat a lady, they wrong. I like you a lot, I don't wanna hurt you, but I call a square and a circle. So if you act like a I call you then hang up, probably call you right back and have to say, baby, I apologize. Cross my fingers, God forgive me for telling lies. How Janet Jackson said, I miss you much. I really
You're wasting your time on a man that can't even pull $500 out of his bank account. And this man got you questioning if you're beautiful or not? Questioning your sanity if you're worth something? Listen, you are worth everything under this sun. Don't you ever forget who you are. All praises.
So Yada's wife has left him. Yada paraded like they was in a perfect marriage, perfect couple, gave advice, don't be poor, be rich, paying all this money just to find out it's another fraud, just like all these content creators are fraud. We find this out with these fake doctors, with these fake teachers, fake leaders, fake schools, XYZ like that. The Bible says a wicked woman is given to a wicked man as a portion. You wicked women need to do a better job. You are looking for high-value men, and these high-value men are beating the shit out of you. These high-value men are creating content that you're down with when you know that...
Wait, who is this? Who was that guy? But he's talking about that content creator that I was talking about. I guess the content creator's name is Yada? But apparently, the news just came out that he was violent towards his wife of 8 years. Tazariak. Yeah, Tazariak. He's an influencer, a content creator. But he was highlighting the point that I was making. This is why I love Krishnamurti's work so much. He frames every discussion. Either we're doing this together or we're not doing it at all. The speaker is not important. In other words, you're here to make contact, sustained contact with yourself. Many people are in a relationship to make contact with security, to make contact with resources, to make contact with status, to make contact. Do you get what I'm saying? Many people are not in relationship to make contact with themselves. I got one of the legends on the line. Mississippi is in the building. You already know what it is. Nikki from the SIP, the Deaconess, returns. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Following no one for love, really?
You know how I do.
We're all supposed to be following Jesus. Hello.
Yeah.
Well, we can't follow Jesus. We can't know what real love is.
Well, I don't think that's Jesus' work. I think Jesus was teaching embodiment.
But we learn first by what we see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
Let's go.
If you're seeing illustrations of love represented in the real world we live in, for most people, that's their first contact. So if we're talking about influencers and following people, you already know, I think societally we don't do a good job of watching who or what we follow anyway.
Yes. Keep going.
When we've already been given the instructions about who we're supposed to be following. But whichever God you serve, however that works for you, okay, if the God you are serving has no illustrations that you can follow to see what love looks like, there won't be a reflection that you get back. So there won't be any that you can put out if you can't recognize the reflection. Now you're walking around like vampires. I mean, they don't reflect in mirrors. And so in here we talk about mirroring, right? All right, so if you're misappropriating who you or what you are following, you're probably not going to mirror the love that you're talking about internally.
Stay right there.
Do it.
Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Because you cooking, and I need you to keep cooking. And you got to address, you should never abdicate your throne. Tie it all together on the other side. Nikki from the SIP, it's on fire tonight.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard with BIN News Now. It's been more than 2 weeks without power for many families in the predominantly black city of Gary, Indiana.
There's no gas, no power, nowhere to go.
NBC News reports Governor Mike Braun is now demanding a state investigation into NIPSCO, saying the utility failed to prepare for the storm that ripped through the city on August 11th. NIPSCO says it will cooperate. Seattle's mayor has announced a nationwide search for a new police chief. Former chief Sean Barnes, who is black, resigned last month following a mass shooting at the Seattle Center. Barnes was criticized for being out of town too often. And New Orleans residents will honor more than 1,000 lives lost in Hurricane Katrina in 2005. This Saturday, officials will lead the annual Katrina March through the lower Ninth Ward. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Experience Vegas without the guesswork with the all-inclusive experience at Luxor and Excalibur. Your room, meals, drinks with every meal, and a show are covered. One price from $330 plus tax for 2 guests. Vegas simplified. Book now at mgmresorts.com.
What's good, KBLA delegation? I am Miles Lowe, and I'm excited to be joining the weekend lineup right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Join me every Saturday at 12 noon for the Do Better Show, where we get into the world of tech, AI, the creator economy, navigating your mental health through it all, and have conversations with founders to find out how real people are making real money right now. It's not a course, not a subscription. Class is in session every weekend, live on the air. So if you knew better, you do better, right? So let's make a better you. The Do Better Show, every Saturday, 12 noon, and replaying again at 7 p.m. right here on Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It's the show everybody's talking about. What's up, y'all? I'm Amanda Seals with a personal invitation for you to join me every Friday here on KBLA Talk 1580. Now, you get 2 chances to tap in, noon to 2 p.m., and again from 4 to 6 p.m. Real talk, no filter, just you and me on the highest of vibrations. Fridays only on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
We may never understand if love just happens or it's planned. We must believe our spirits know somehow. Baby, we can't stop the falling we feel now. New emotions overflow. And now this heartbeat wants control. Baby, if the love was meant to be so strong, something close to magic's coming on. Take my hand and lead me into love. Light the way for me. Without your touch, I cannot see. Lead me into love. I'm deep in the miracle of you. When we feel excitement rise, we'll share the secrets found in lovers'
We take great pleasure in presenting to the attention of students and investigators of the secret doctrines this little work based upon the world-old Hermetic teachings. There has been so little written upon this subject, notwithstanding the countless references to the teachings in many works upon occultism, that the many earnest searchers after the arcane truths will doubtless welcome the appearance of the present volume. The purpose of this work is not the enunciation of any special philosophy or doctrine, but rather is to give to the students a statement of the truth that will serve to reconcile the many bits of occult knowledge that they may have acquired, but which are apparently opposed to each other and which often serve to discourage and disgust the beginner in the study. Our intent is not to erect a new temple of knowledge, but rather to place in the hands of the student a master key with which he may open the many inner doors in the temple of mystery through the main portals he has already accessed. There is no portion of the occult teachings possessed by the world which have been so closely guarded as the fragments of the Hermetic teachings which have come down to us over the tens of centuries which have elapsed since the lifetime of its great founder, Hermes Trismegistus, who dwelt in old Egypt in the days when the present race of men was in its infancy. Contemporary with Abraham and, if the legends be true, an instructor of that venerable sage, Hermes was and is the great central sun of occultism, whose rays have served to illuminate the countless teachings
Andy,
which have
who is this man? What? But I am familiar with what he was talking about. If he was talking about works from the Kabbalion, the moment he said Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes 3 times as great, Trismegistus. Europeans are always recontextualizing things. Hermes, his Egyptian or Kemetan equivalent would be the scribe, the god Tahuti, the writer. I get it. And if we're talking about the Kabbalion, then he must have been saying or mentioning, is that video, what is it named? The student will, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I believe that is true for relationships. When you're ready to confront you, you're going to fall in love with somebody. Somebody is going to show up that's going to be right in alignment with where you are. Is that what it's called? There you go. Yep. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Oh, this is good stuff. We got Nikki from the SIP on. I want her to get her final thought in here before we move to the next caller. Nikki, please get in here because you were tying in some things that were really good, and I want to give you space to do it. Go ahead.
Well, just keep in mind that in the space of love, appropriated properly, you as men should be able to reflect the love of Christ that you put on the inside of you.
I like that. Yeah, come on.
He loved you so much. I'm going to tell you all a secret. There is a certain level of demons that cannot stand in the presence of true manhood.
Keep going.
That comes from the love of Christ. He loved men so much. He made y'all first, as I recall. He loved you so much. In the creation of you, he gave you the gift of manhood. And that gift can kill demonic forces in this realm. That means there are demonic forces that can't exist where you stand. Because if manhood shows up, the demonic forces must go. That's a level of love on the inside of you that you must cultivate first. You are your first throne. If you abdicate your throne to influencers,
come on,
who are inappropriate, because you haven't learned how to love that first love internally that God gave you and nurture it first, you don't know that you can kill all kind of demons by just showing up, walking in the room. You can provide protection for a whole room of people who don't even know you by showing up with your throne because you have perpetually sought after the love of the correct influencer. And then you mirror that out into the presence, and those demons must flee.
Cooking.
Now, if you are a woman, and you get in the presence of that love manhood, I don't need you to make me soft. Big Mama used to say you need some get right. If you get in the presence of that love in a man, you got you some get right.
Yeah.
Because it awakens the love God gave me as a woman.
Okay.
Food for thought.
Food for thought. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who it is. Legendary Nikki from the SIP. Nikki, guess what you just did?
I brought the SIP in the building, and I still love everybody.
We love you too, Nikki. Thank you for the call. We got more callers. When we come forward, we're going to go to Dallas, Texas. Let's get it.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures
adventures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. 10 Toes In serves as a mentorship and domestic violence prevention program. They support, educate, and empower couples during and after incarceration. They assist male returning citizens to re-enter society successfully and to help them maintain a healthy relationship with their romantic partner. They offer a mentorship support group for formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In teaches its Intimate Relationships 101 curriculum at male prisons throughout the state of California. They host sister support group meetings for women who are intimately involved with incarcerated and formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. To access their services or make a donation, please visit them online at 10toesin.org or find them on Facebook or Instagram. They are healing lives through relationships. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Just in case you missed our Procrastination Crenshaw Town Hall.
My name is Khalifa Bey. I am the founder of the South LA Bureau of Tourism and Trade. And how this is impacting me is that I can't promote it. I won't promote it. I hear a lot of talk about everybody. Accountability is responsibility. Change your vote. Change the vote. I know there's a lot of Democrats in this room, and I get all that, but if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result, it ain't gonna happen. And it's not about Democrat, Republican, it's about getting what we need to get done. That's what it is for me, because this is deliberate. This of our communities, you look at Chicago, you look at all the black communities were built by us, we're in the same condition. So to me, it's by design. And if we don't do something to change the vote to get to what we need, stop having these meetings.
Making sure they stick to the truth. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you feeling down and lonely? Feeling like you can't go on? Just remember, love will find a way. Tell me, are you going through changes? Time seems like it's passing.
The same girl that's the easiest to take for granted is also the hardest to replace, because consistency isn't appreciated until it becomes a memory. What I mean is, she's not keeping score of every little thing that she does for you because she operates from empathy, not expectation. She's not checking over your shoulder 24/7 to see if you're doing something wrong because she knows what's done in the dark is going to come to light. And she's not about to go out her way making you feel threatened by other men, because if she ever leaves, she's going to leave you for herself.
Wait,
not
is
for
that
someone
Derek
else.
Jackson?
So it's easy to take her for granted if you mistake her reliability with replaceability. But it's difficult to actually replace her. A woman that wanted you for you, not just what you could do. Which makes it all the more ironic that...
That's Derek Jackson. The one who was on the video with his wife because he had... I empathize. I mean, maybe it's just... I don't know. My God. We've got callers on the line. We got Dallas, Texas. Brittany from Dallas, Texas is on the line. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
There you go.
Hello.
Hey, Hazel. So I have another perspective that I wanted to add to your topic tonight.
Please, yes, please.
Yes. So listening to what you're saying, it makes me think about the conditioning that we were brought to make. Like, if you grew up religious, that we were conditioned to believe that the answers were outside of ourselves. So we turned to the pastors and, preachers and all that kind of stuff to look for guidance and the answers, right? And I feel like even though a lot of people have turned away from traditional religion, they have not undone the conditioning within itself, right?
Oh, yes.
So when we hear these influencers on social media that seem like they have the scholarship, they have the language, and they speak with such conviction, it's easy for us to confuse the confidence with knowledge.
Ooh, come on! Now you come on!
Yeah. So, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for it at all, but I'm just adding a different perspective to it because you said something one time and you said, I can show you the path, but I am not going to become the path for you or something. And I'm just kind of paraphrasing. I think that's something how you said it.
I can point to the path, but I can't walk it for you. That's right.
That's what you said. Yes. So it's easy to conflate those things when people are not, when they're not aware that there is the conditioning aspect that's kind of like taking place here. It's how I view it.
I love it. That was great insight, young lady. How long have you been listening to the Voice of Reason? Is this your first time calling in? Have you called in before? Why don't you call in more often? This was really good. Who are you?
I'm just a little fairy from Dallas.
Hey, we appreciate the information. Guess what you just did?
I just brought Dallas in the building.
Whoop, whoop. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. I'm just asking us to think. I believe that there are real, like, spiritually in tuned people out there. Like Precious, who will be on the show tomorrow. Precious is authentic. She's one of them ones. She's a real one. Like, you guys don't see the behind the scenes when she's walking into the studio. Sometimes, her spirit is, disturbed by surroundings, and she's very sensitive. She doesn't like to be touched, and you understand what I'm saying? Like, Precious is one of them ones. But I think what happens, the sister from Dallas just brought up something about this kind of conditioning. And born out of that conditioning, we also were conditioned another way, and that's institutional distrust. This is why many African Americans don't like the doctor, don't want to go to therapy, don't want to do anything, especially African American men, right? We don't want to do none of that, right? I need you to understand, African American institutional distrust, the authentic need fillers versus the manipulators, right? The manipulators recognized, our people, because we are a collectivistic society within an individualistic society, right? We will say, no, I ain't gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna go to the preacher, or I'm gonna go to the shaman. I'm gonna go to the seer, the prophetess. I'm gonna go to the spiritualist. I'm gonna go to the herbologist, right? But I think the manipulators within our own community who were becoming individualistic, I got to get mine at all costs, damn yours, right? Started to fill a gap. They started to mimic what we came with naturally. I believe our community has need fillers. People who come in, when I say need fillers, I'm saying they come in and they point in a direction. That's just another euphemism for gurus and shamans. They come in and they point, they instruct. I believe our community, we're born with those, right? Sometimes it's an uncle, sometimes it's Big Mama. But the manipulators in the digital age of exploitation, they've done something different, right? They recognize that there's a vacuum. Institutions that broke families and then sold the diagnosis left an opening. Black communities filled it with our own. Some of the people who stepped into the opening pointed cleanly. They pointed accurately, and they didn't want anything for it. They didn't want any compensation. It was just a gift. The shining, some call it, right? They named what the person already carried, and then they stepped back. A lot of the manipulators, the charlatans, lean in. They want to hook you on their pseudo advice. They want to give you a little something and then reel you in and keep you on the hook. The ones who saw the commercial opportunity studied the wound, the way a salesman studies a market, right? They learned the exact tone that felt like home. They learned how to hold the silence. They learned when to promise delivery and when to withhold it. See, do you understand what I'm saying? Out here faking to be, anointed. To be faking to be an answer that you could never carry for another. Do you see? Gosh. They learned when to promise delivery and when to withhold it. They offered management dressed as vision. The listener felt recognized. The listener handed over authority. The operator never had to carry the actual pressure. They only had to keep the arrangement profitable. This is the distinction that still matters. Religiosity sells the next external savior and the next prescribed performance. Clean spiritual work, when it is clean, points at the interval that belongs only to the person standing there and then refuses to occupy it for them. No one else can stand in that interval but you. Anyone who claims they can is already got their hand in your pocket. Do you understand? So we got people out here that are mimicking seers and shamans and spiritualists and even psychologists. They out here mimicking. And people are following them. Why? Because they resonate on the exact same level that the charlatan does. You're a charlatan when you're a self-avoidant. When you don't tap into your own spiritual work, you're a self-charlatan. So why wouldn't you magnetize a charlatan into your life? Why wouldn't you be a parishioner in their church of manipulation? Listen, I just start the conversations. It's up to you to finish them. Tomorrow I'll be back with another slapper, Wholeness Wednesday with Precious McGill. Let's keep it real.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Buc-ee's is continuing its rapid expansion across the country. Company founder Beaver Aplin says the travel center chain's growth strategy favors conservative-led states.
I'm starting to realize life's too short to try to build in places that people don't appreciate what you're bringing.
New locations are planned in several states, including Louisiana, Kansas, and Wisconsin over the next year. The family of Alyssa Goods says the missing New York grandmother has been found dead in Las Vegas.